It feels like I'm on the field trip when I come to work in this glasshouse because, yeah, it's the humidity and the temperature is the same as the yam growing areas. There are thousands of species of plants that are on this planet, but we are only using a few of them for our food. So we should explore others. That's what I think, because we don't know what we have, so we have to study what we have and start thinking of ways of using them. Yams are tuber crops or root crops, like potato. The edible part is underground, so this is the edible part of the yam, and these are the vegetative parts. When we come to my country, in Ethiopia also, it's very important crop in the southern and southwestern parts. What we're looking at here is tubers I brought from my first year field work, and they were planted here because we didn't have enough laboratory to look at their genetics. In this glass house, we have two different species of yams and a third group of yams that are called the species complex. It's a very important crop to many people in Ethiopia, but it has not been widely studied as other crops like potato and like wheat or rice. So we need to study that so that we have food diversification. If we look at it in terms of climate change also, different plants might have different adaptations. So we'll have, if one crop fails, then we'll have another choice. And what we're trying to do is to find out the variation between these plants. This is my research site, southwestern Ethiopia. And this is actually the place where I collected my yam samples. The people in this area are experts in growing yams and selecting different varieties of yams from the wild and bringing it to their home and cultivating it. And they keep different varieties of yams. This is very interesting both in terms of breeding work and also in terms of conservation, because the wild plants are more resistant to disease and climate change and drought, and we want those genes because to be introduced into the cultivated plants. Okay, now I'm going to show you some of the things that are going on in the lab for the yam research. This is a special room. This technique is called actually tissue culture. So this is a tissue culture room. Usually, yams grow from tubers. But here we take a little bit stem and put it into media which has all the necessary nutrients for the plant to grow. So now as you see, the plant has grown root and all the shoots and all the leaves from that small stem. This is relevant for conservation. If we want to keep them, it's easier maybe to keep it. For example, this is the Dioscorea bulbifera. So from the stem in the media, we have managed to grow roots and tiny tubers. So it's easy to handle, it's smaller, so this can be grown later on into a bigger plant. Actually, this one is my favorite. I used to eat it as a snack when I was doing my field work. It tastes very nice. You don't need to have any salt or other spice. By itself, it has a nice flavor, and I love it.